Welcome to Navigating Public Budgets. In this series, we explore how Kenya's public budgeting process impacts our lives. Today, we'll talk about the first stage of budgeting, the formulation stage, and why it's considered one of the most important places for you to get involved in the budget cycle. Let's begin. Now, in our last episode, we explored just what public budgets are and why they exist. We discovered that a public budget is a legal document showing how the government plans to spend money to meet citizen needs. These budgets are meant to reflect our needs and guide the allocation of public resources. Now, in Kenya, public budgets are set out in the Constitution and the Public Finance Management Act to ensure transparency and accountability. But you may ask yourself, where do the ideas, priorities, and interests that make these public budgets come from? One answer to this is development plans. Now, development plans are essential for creating effective budgets. They provide the blueprint for progress, outlining a nation's overall vision and strategic objectives. Kenya's long-term development plan is Vision 2030, aiming to make Kenya a globally competitive country. With the long-term view in place, Kenya's Vision 20 is then executed through successive medium-term plans that last typically 5 years. One example of this is the fourth medium-term plan, which lasts between 2024 and 2028 and is based on the Bottom-Up Economic Transformation Agenda, or BETA for short. At the county level, County Integrated Development Plans provide a framework for planning, budgeting, and evaluation of programs and projects over 5-year terms, similar to medium-term plans. Now, drawing from our framework for development, the budget formulation stage marks the beginning of the budget cycle, where public budgets are made. It also provides the first opportunity for us to get involved in the budget-making process. The budget formulation process involves several key stages. It starts with the issuance of a circular from National Treasury outlining procedures and timelines for the coming financial year. Next, National and County Treasuries present the Budget Review and Outlook paper, which assesses past performance and sets provisional funding limits for sectors like education and health. Following this, sector hearings are held in November, where we have the first opportunity to ask ourselves, how much of the budget do we actually wish to allocate to each of Kenya's 10 sectors? Finally, all our input is put together in the Budget Policy Statement, or BPS for short, which is published by the National Treasury and laid in Parliament in February of each year. The BPS sets out the broad strategic objectives, priorities, and policy goals for the upcoming year. At the county level, the equivalent of this document is called the County Fiscal Strategy Paper, or CFSP for short. At this point, it's important to know that the law requires the National Treasury and Parliament to involve you in the formulation and approval of the BPS. Therefore, we should endeavor to ask ourselves questions, seek clarifications, and just share ideas on the document. One simple way to do this is to look at the 3 Ps and 1 C of a budget policy statement. That is, performance, priorities, projections, and ceilings. The BPS should first provide information on the performance for the current budget year, including the challenges faced in the implementation of the budget and how exactly we seek to overcome them. Very importantly, the BPS should also outline clear priorities in narrative form. Explain what it is that the budget wishes to achieve in the coming year and over the medium term. For example, within the health sector, what public services do we want to make available and enjoy? The BPS should also project the required resources required to fulfill the priorities for the coming year. These include setting more concrete sector ceilings, which represent the maximum amounts that can be spent per sector within the year. So you may want to ask yourself questions like, if we want to launch a massive vaccination campaign this year in the health sector, is the health sector getting the expected increase in resources to fund it? If not, where should these resources come from? Understanding how to navigate public budgets like the BPS is essential to learning how you can influence your public resources and how they're allocated in Kenya. By engaging in public budget decisions, you are increasing the chance that you end up with a budget that reflects your needs and the needs and priorities of your community. That brings us to the end of this video. For more insights, don't forget to share and subscribe this video with others who want to learn more about public finance. My name is Cuba Houghton. See you guys next time.